Hello and welcome. It is currently that of 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The date is the 4th day of March 2021. My name is Derek and this is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades, and amongst the like, each his own risk and their own reward. And within the crypto markets, a lot of reward is coming into play. But before then, let's start off within the silver market. And let's do it in Canadian dollars this time. Then we'll transition to the US dollars into cryptos. Failed move, and we're on the action of fast move as it's looking. Price action in the area of key level of where we came from, area of the support as well, but probably could go down a little bit further, down at least to about the 31 low change. The failed move, of course, coming in here on the breakout of February the 1st, coming back down, showing a lot of strength amongst the 18 average of highs. As you look at it in here, looking like it's got a good chance of breaking out, but no, and it's had a couple down days, down as 2.7% on the session today, and then 2 or that would be for Wednesday, I think it is. I think we're Thursday, Thursday rather. So Thursday down 2.7 and then down 2.4 on Wednesday's session. On the weekly term time frame, price action, there's a move above the 18 average of highs. So how's it done since then? Well, not able to have any type of breakouts, but 18 average kind of, well, it is rising, but not really. Sideways consolidation and the big level of support, which is where a real fast move, I think, would come if there is on the failed break, would be down to the previous level, which is a break below $30 Canadian. We're basically at the same thing on the United States price. 25 and a quarter is the price. 18 average, barely rising. So in a sense, it's attempting to get things going in here, which would show more. Yeah, this is on the breakout attempt. Would be a failed breakout if this is the case. Key area of support here was 22 low change. But then we got this bigger Fibonacci level, 38.2% exponential. Most people don't like exponential or don't know how to use it and or mostly not understanding it. I understand it well enough. But from this high to this low, with 38.2%, which it kind of was appears less last time, not a common thing at all. I would expect 20 common, even appears below it if it's going to have a big move below it. And how fantastic it would be if price action is able to have the price of silver go down a little bit more, as I do believe and I'm seeing cryptocurrency prices go up and get to the situations where one thing I've been mentioning, well, if Theta keeps going up so much, it's going to be worth more than my silver portfolio. And that's a good problem to have. And one fixable way is sell Theta for silver. And, of course, if silver prices are lower and Theta prices go higher, that's just a better trade. And we'll get to Theta in a bit, but before that, we'll get to start off within Bitcoin, which is currently priced at $47,000. And amongst the daily term time frame, and let's just, before we do that, let's just go back to as it was in here. A situation where price action, I say that word a lot, price action, but that's what it is though. 10,000 and change. Oh, we were at 12. Oh, we were down here in the 9,000 area. We had this retest of this level we had from before. We consolidated for a decent amount at the 10,000, and before that, yeah, we're just in. We've been in this long sideways consolidation basically from November of 2017. Which was on to, September of last year, in a really solid range of like above 6,000 to really below like 12,000. So 6 to 12,000 range. And goodbye to that range, but it's still a retest of previous high, and okay, we've been beating it. That's just as it goes. Well, since it's been beating it, how has the 18 average acted within support? First off, we can see it in here. Doing so at the previous high level. It never ever really declined. Had decent but not that large amount of time within it, but a decent amount in here. And then your break it. Almost touching it here, not quite. Very intraday touch. And then the much longer one in here. 18 average declines for a short period of time. It has 3 hits at its original established level of support, with the last 2 hits being a little small extra, or literally a little extra, not by much. So that was next correctionary phase. And then as it's lifted off, we've been in one now since that of February the 22nd. So we're in the second week of such. 18 averages sideways, trying to decline. If you can say it's barely declining, and it kind of is, but not really. It's sideways. Support has most certainly been established, and don't know why it does that. But you can see where support's been established in here around 44. We're in the 18. So if you see it in this 44 area, okay, maybe it holds or doesn't. I think if you clearly see this at like breaking below 43, then we can really make an assumption that we might be heading towards like 37 to 38. And as far as any bullish sides to get this thing getting back going again, I need to see a clear break and a noticeable break above the 18. So I'm in the general area of all fives, 55,500-ish. Because even if it gets up to like 53.2, it's tempting to get above. And I definitely, I mean, I don't know why they'd be shorts, but I think it'd be extremely cautious if you're in a short setup. But again, I think shorts are only that for hedge situations. And again, that's just my opinion. As short term, even that is just, it's the buyers are in major control of this market. Weekly term time frame has been obviously in that uptrend. Hasn't even touched the 8, maybe it barely touched it here. It hasn't touched the 18. Here the lowest price was 29,516, and the 18 average of lows got that, or highs rather, 28. Nope, didn't do it. So it literally has not touched the 18 average since it left it. It's albeit close here, and even here, it's the fact that it's had one red down period means that, well, maybe this move from point low is January 25 lows to point highs, and highs and lows are known after the fact, isn't over. Thus, if this is not the high, 58,367, at least on the Coinbase exchange, then obviously it's going to be higher than that. And you see, and of course, the big one is if you see a break of 61.8 from low to high. And low to high right now is this, from this to this. And again, you're going to be looking somewhere near the 5. So let's just quickly see what the number happens to be just for something to do. High is 58367. And I'm going to divide that number by the low. And in this case, linear, there won't be that much of a difference because there's not much volatility. But with that being said, 43,016 I see as a low. Yes, that's the lowest number. So the 61.8 is the number it needs to get a big no. It's 51,944, and as it's breaking above 55, it would be a clear break above this. Would also be leaving the 76.4. How is it reacting right now amongst the 48.3 and that of 52? Well, 52 we can see it just resisted it right in here. And coming back down, coming back down to that 48 area right now. So in a situation, if you have key high, key low, 61.8% correct, and then you see weakness amongst this high to this low, which would really be weakness breaking down below like really 45,200 or so. I'd be thinking there's a good chance that we might be making a new low to here. And then again, that 38,000 or so number. Let's see, how is that 38,000 number working here? Or 48,000, I should say. Yeah, 48,000. Key number, of course, 48,335. So that would be key level, of course, on the break. Wait a second here. No, let's just find some other Fibonacci in here. I guess we'll do it from this low. 29,285 will work. Let's just see what we get. So we have 44. Yeah, there's a 38 right there. So 44, we'll say 45,000, and then the 38,000. Well, 45,000 most certainly has been support. And then usually piercing extra. So I'd be looking at 37,500. If this key level of support gets broken. Let's now move on to Theta. $4.55 right now as we're making all-time highs today. We what do we got here? 462. Yeah, 462 are the highs. What a fantastic run, and I don't think this is over on the short term and long term. This is where it gets really interesting. Do I buy now? And well, if you don't mind seeing possibilities where this thing goes down to $1 or something right now, which is not, that could be a very healthy correction when you go from a dime to $4.50. And then you go to $1, then you go to 25, then you go down to like 4 or 5, then you go up to like 171, and then maybe down to like 32, and then your $1,000 target that some lady talked about back in 2018. And if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about and you're serious about it, I can let you know, but leave a comment and I'll explain that. But most people should know about that. As far as a price prediction back in 2018 to go to 1,000, and that was back before this even. This was before April, not much before this period though. So back when it was back when it was like 7 cents or something. So you've seen it go to these fantastic levels. Short term, this thing has just been in a fantastic run from just even $2 and high change. Getting above the 18 average, supporting it here, and it's been having fantastic and multiple levels of support and no signs at all of this slowing down. In fact, not only is it not showing any signs of it not slowing down, it's showing signs of strengthening further. Why do I say strengthening further? Well, strengthened among 18 average of highs, what's been going on in here compared to this entire run. How we had this little run in here, little breakout, back to correctionary phase. Nice little leg higher, correctionary phase. So now, to me, it looks as if this thing is poised and ready again, just to at least continue. This move isn't done. And that we will continue, of course, towards higher prices. Now, of course, as a trader, I always believe make sure you protect your portfolio, understand risk-reward management. And reward management means when you get to these certain prices, I own X amount, I want to do this. I want to trade this for that, and so on and so forth. And then be aware, of course, that there's going to be correctionary moves. And then again, like I'm saying, if you do buy, realizing this is going to go higher, you don't mind the levels. Let me just see if I can... well, let's just put it as an example here. I mean, if you... I guess we'll do it when we get to Litecoin. But if you buy high... and then, or even if you buy high and you wait, like even Bitcoin, you bought Bitcoin like $20,000, whatever, at the all-time highs in 2017. And then you wait, okay, Bitcoin goes down to like 12,000, 6,000, even 4,000 and 3,000 for a while. And then you just held it like, holy crap. I bought it like 17.7 and now it's $3,800 Bitcoin. And now your Bitcoin price is higher. So any type of situations you buy to a coin where, say, you buy it at $4.50, then it goes down to $1 and it goes back higher. If you can handle the type of moves, and a lot of it is, of course, buying in different segments if you're going to do that. And especially if you realize, okay, I get paid and I'll get paid this much more 2 months from now. So if it comes back down, I can buy this much again if this is what type of strategy. That's all part of risk reward management, which I always feel is job number one. It is job number one for myself. And for I've always been saying I've been short selling Theta so many times, and that I'll sell less just in case we have these types of moves. I can do some damage, and I'm getting to the stage where I can take some of these extra coins that I didn't sell that I could have sold before, and then again, I mentioned I got Theta worth much more than Theta would be worth much more than silver, with the more significant gains that could follow. I could turn, of course, that little bit of extras that I got, and then turn it into physical silver precious metals. Looking at Theta next against the Bitcoin, we have the price at near 10,000 Satoshi now. Just a fantastic move. Intraday high, 9,872. So yeah, again, another way of putting this too, again, buying and waiting. Assuming Bitcoin's your base market, which for some people it is, and I think it's a good base market to have, which means that's what your holding market is, and you buy and sell against, and you try to overperform against such. That if you're in here buying this Theta when it's going up against like 3,400, oh man, can you handle the big drop? Well, if you can, and of course you can see here it's been smart to do so, because if you bought Theta against Bitcoin here and you're just done nothing since, and then you see and you bought at 3,400, you just didn't buy down in here, you didn't sell though either. You see the price pretty much stabilizing at around 1,100 to like 1,300 for like so long. And then, okay, back to where you bought it again, and okay, now you're down, and but not down as much when it was 2,500. And now, of course, it's been beating the market, and of course, you're up against Bitcoin. It's a smarter bet. Within what we're seeing, key high in here, nice correctionary move through this level. And then we come up to this high, retest of the previous one, piercing extra, a nice, beautiful higher low after a lot of days in correcting. And then nice little high back. Has this been played? And I'm going to just use my drawing tool because these Fibonacci lines are passé now. This is just a fantastic setup that it's had. We can see that it's doing what you would expect this type of setup to do. I talked about this in yesterday's video. I'm not surprised I'm seeing it doing what it's doing right now. Just a fantastic, fantastic move for Theta. All right, then. I think I did this before. I'm going to redo it again. Fibonacci upside. How I calculate it. Key high versus key low. Now I have to determine. This is a good correction. So yeah, this is a good high. 74.50. And the key low is 9.37, we'll say. And I want to find out what the 38.2 number is. I want to take high divided by what the 38.2 number is. That's 1783. So 74.50 divided by 1783 to the root of 1.618 multiply 1783. $180 or 18,000 really. Man, that makes sense. It really does. So I have an upside target where I feel that this thing is, and when I look at this, you have all of this retest of this. Yeah, 18,000, 20,000 Pierce extra. It's going to double from here. It really is against Bitcoin. And that takes you to what dollar levels, like probably near $10, which is a good psychological number. There's your, I think that's a good heavy intermediate term sell level, I'm guessing, which is what I'll be doing. I mean, I sold some today, a decent, well, dollar value, a decent amount, I suppose, but from what I'm hold, I kind of short sold again. Man, that's going to be, I'm going to say 20,000. Just a beautiful setup, really, this is. How it's, this little move in here. I think it's fantastic anyway. I was asked about Litecoin. That's one of the things I bought today was Litecoin because that's what I paired trade against. But I pretty much am buying against like pretty much everything. Didn't buy HBAR because HBAR is moving up within it, although it technically could. If HBAR goes down and Theta continues to go up a bit more, I will. I'll get to HBAR next after Litecoin. But LTC against the dollar. 173, and it was a little over 200 in this Fibonacci point at 233. And somebody asking me they wanting to buy Litecoin, what I think about it. Overall, I believe I think we're in a dartboard rally, so I kind of think that if you throw darts at the dartboard, it's pretty much you're gonna hit it. I mean, we're assuming you're not like a beginner and you at least know how to hit the board. Which means almost every coin, I think, for the most part, I think is going to be a good bet against the U.S. fiat over the next several months. Whether that'll be true or not, of course, market will say. And price action only pays, which is a key point. I can see in here, or we can whatever. I can see in here anyway that when I look at the price action of this market. What in here is telling me that this thing is toppy? This thing to me looks like a big buying spot. I believe we're just like 2017. You had like 9, 10, whatever good months where things were just kicking ass. I think we're in the early stages of such just occurrences. And Again, I think we're going to reach, like so many other coins, it's going to be which dates do we beat previous highs, Ethereum and Bitcoin beating previous highs and so on. Well, Litecoin's got to get up to the 400 number and then break that, and I think it's going to do that. We're going to see Litecoin in the four figures. But as it goes, when you're trying to be picky and choosy over coins, I have regretted picking Litecoin as I have regretted so many losing bets in which, and it hasn't been a loser for me, but compared to other ones it kind of has, but so many other losing bets in which I've had within like, well, fantasy market or fantasy trading, betting and sports gambling and so many other situations like that. In that, of course, I would have been able to like play on Theta or other different coins that would have had fantastic moves. But with that being said, I believe Litecoin is a very good safe coin, meaning it's not going to lose quite as much versus like a lot of other altcoins. During the run, seeing this thing going down from like 400 down to like 30, only losing about 12 times. Literally saying only losing about 12 times. Where many other coins were doing 20, 30, 40x losses, Ethereum Classic being one of them. And then we have these coins that will go up like 30, 40, 60 times, and this one won't. It'll go up like 20 times or whatever. It won't go up or down as much as a lot of the other ones will. But I believe it's a safe coin. And if I never was bullish about Litecoin, it would be a very commonly or somewhat commonly traded coin still, because anytime I'm doing things like buying gold and silver, I'm like, okay, I got to buy gold and silver. Bitcoin fees are expensive. And I'm going to be, obviously I'm not Litecoin and whatever else. Okay, I'm going to sell this on the market, buy some Litecoin, move it to my hardware wallet, then I'll go ahead and buy my silver, gold, what have you not. And then silver would work, or excuse me, Litecoin would work as a very good makeshift, not really makeshift, but just a means to an end to get the job done. And in the case like that, it'd be, so if you're not into Litecoin, and probably some of you are doing just what I'm mentioning, you just use the Litecoin when you're looking about buying transactions, because heck, do you want to spend $7 or $10 or $3 or whatever on Bitcoin? Although I did notice that it's 15,000 Satoshi on Bittrex to get Bitcoin off the exchange, which isn't, still decently priced, but yeah, a little costly. So as far as Litecoin is concerned, having a move within the 18, correctionary move from this down move. If we see the price go down to like below 160, then maybe cautionary moves that this is going to go to like 130. But even if it does, we still got key low to key high, and it could even go down to like 86, and it would still be quote unquote a healthy correctionary move, even 80 or so. Not gonna. I don't think it's gonna do it, but if it does, still wouldn't be saying, okay, game's over for it. And that's what I've been saying about cryptocurrencies. At least I've been thinking. I've been saying not so often, maybe because I make so many videos. I kind of have, I guess, that we have. I think Bitcoin's almost guaranteed. Very good chance of it anyway, of having another key leg higher. Another key leg higher was a significant break above 60,000. From the 20,000 previous high, which is pretty much at the lower ends of. And I gotta think that this move where Bitcoin should go to about 110,000, 125,000. Don't know what's gonna happen after that, but I gotta make sure that within cryptocurrencies, protect profits is going to be a very, very good, it's a smart thing to do. Which means a lot of it will be turning it into gold and silver. As far as Litecoin against the US, against the Bitcoin, it's pretty much at the lows. And so many other coins are, but you're at the lows when Bitcoin's kicking ass. So, I mean, that's what makes Theta so fantastic, how it's kicking ass against Bitcoin. You're seeing this, oh my God, this looks like crap. This looks like shit, basically. And I guess your base currency, Bitcoin, it is, but again, Bitcoin's kicking ass right now. And I expect at some point there to be a move where this thing will maybe we'll never ever get back to points like 0.16 again. But maybe we do, and maybe we still even do. But at least from here, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets back into 0.01 or 1% of Bitcoin, a 3x move and even higher. And it could do it in like a 2, 4, 10-day period or a 20-day period. Wouldn't be, or even like whatever, like maybe 50, 100 days, whatever. Okay, let's move on next to HBAR hash graph. Talked about this yesterday. I guess I was right about the fact that this thing was poised for a good move. I just showed, okay, within Well, yesterday's hourly time frame. We'll get back to that in a second. There was like, oh, we just recently had a move, and maybe it's going to be real. Well, so far, so good. This level of key resistance on January 21st, a high of 12.5 cents, most certainly held this fantastic support throughout February. And now we're having a retest of this previous level of key resistance. It's marginally pierced above it. And holding this area where we came from, must hold on the short-term time frame is about, I think, around 14 cents, small pierce below at 13 high change. But fantastic, fantastic move getting above the, of course, the 18 hours on the daily. This was a move yesterday, the 1 hour term time frame. There was a 1 hour move getting up to like 14 high change, pennies, pullback, and continuing throughout the day from, we'll start at like basically 11 p.m. last night, all the way to 9 o'clock in the morning, making up to 17.5 cents. So fantastic, fantastic rally for that on the HBAR market. Yeah, let's do Fibonacci upside. We've already hit, I gotta think it's already hit the 161.8 now, or it's close to it. Which means I would do a 261.8 if it gets above it. 8.3 cents. And we'll just do 914 and 1860 handle. No, 8,300 is the high. And 914. And I'm looking for the 38.2 number, so 8,300 divided by 3123. So that would be 19.2 handle. So 19 cents. So no, we haven't got quite up to it. Basically 20 cents. So I got to think that this move isn't over yet. Oh, and it doesn't look like it is, of course, here on the daily. I would expect, again, like I say, the hold area in the short term is like, well, 13 and change. If it goes there, I think it's going to hold. I'd like to see it hold where it is better, like 14.5 or so. So far, that's exactly what it's doing. Okay, let's take a look at this against the Bitcoin. 325 Satoshi against the Bitcoin. And nice little breakout move here. And so far, this price action is close to the average of the entire run. Maybe a little below it. I mean, it did have this nice little range-bound move. And now we've had double level of resisting this previous. This is a damn good setup. 2 levels of the previous key level of resistance or support where we're resisting now. On the January 18th handle, we resisted where we came from. We've pulled back in 5 weeks within these choppy up and down moves, consolidating above the 18 average of highs for the vast majority of it. And now it's an attempt statement of getting above it. 197. I can get some upside targets this way too, but for now, 359, and this low is 198. So 286 and 312, well, that's the key numbers I'm focusing on. That's how bad my memory is. I've already forgot the numbers already. Okay. So the 286. I mean, it's just luck that it resisted it like it did in here so many times. And then a clear break above it and many periods of holding. And then the 312. No, not even close. Yeah, exactly that number. I nailed it. 312. We're not resisting it, man. We're supporting it. That's fantastic. Okay, what did we hit the high? 360. Retest a previous high. Yeah, okay, that looks good. That means that's going to prelude into what I want to talk about is Fibonacci upside. I mean, really, I guess a lot of it would be the main Fibonacci too, because we got key level at like 858 and like 100 or whatever, 860 and 100. That's 8.6 on the divide. That's an easy one. So 378 and 518. It's pretty much at that level. So, and this is something very interesting. And notice 61.8 is 378, which is supposed to be like somewhere up here. This is again shitty logarithmic scale is what this really is. So it says that it's like down a lot to this high. Really, it's not. It's doing pretty decent when you look at it. Like it won't take much just to get to previous high. In fact, 100 to 300 is a 3x move. So 300 to 900 is a 3x move. You can see the spacing from 3 to 9. There's so much more of it. A bad logarithmic chart, but I mean, it does a lot of what you need still well. It's a fantastic site nonetheless. I just don't understand how they can not get the logarithmic scale right on these Bitcoin Satoshis within a lot of these different coins, or coins, whatever. But yeah, the setup to me looks like a fantastic move is ready to go, and 518. I mean, I don't need to click at Fibonacci upside because I already got the retracement mode anyway. You can see this area of previous high as well, resistance. I think there's a good chance that ours is ready for a fantastic breakout soon. And let's finish this off within Theta Fuel. I meant to put this in as I was talking about Theta. It's at all-time highs again. Really fantastic thing. It opened at 348. Opened at 348 as a high. It's 6 basis points above that now. 355. All-time highs are 357. How long ago was that? Well, pretty much now. 15-minute term time frame, pretty much. Well, right now we're at all-time highs, so I mean it's okay. 359 is all-time highs. Now it's 360. Markets just do what markets do. 361. I mean, so many different all-time highs have occurred with the duration of the last several seconds. But within it, this is a market. I mean, the volatility, again, is just a fantastic deal. 360 down to like 24, up to 269, down to 54, up to up to like 260, down to like 55, up to 155, down to like 60 something. And what a fantastic move! I'm trying to think. Do I do anything with my T fuel? Do I sell any? I haven't done really anything with it, and I really don't like Binance anymore. I don't like their fact that they don't give a crap about customer service. At least with my account, they never did. So I only use Binance for any last resort trading, and the only coin that I have that I can't trade at any other exchange not Binance is T Fuel. So I can sell it on Binance if I need to, but I think it might be a little bit too early. I could do Fibonacci upside here, I suppose, as well. I want to do this high to this low, though. 269 is the high. And the low is 20. So 269 divided by 54 is what I'm doing. Up target is 726. Basically 750, 800. I'm not going to remember that. I got a monkey brain. But I'll remember at some point. Oh, I drew a line here at some point. My monkey brain will remember what it is. Oh yeah, that's Fibonacci upside and aggressive sell target. Yada yada yada. So that's what that will be. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.